Welcome, everybody. Sports Journey Broadcast Network, live from Hooters in Rockville, Maryland. Myself, Lake Lewis, Washington Redskins. Special guest tonight, linebacker Rob Jackson. What's going on, man?
All right, man. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate it. And we're going to mix it up a little bit with Rob and find out some different things from him as far as his team. You guys had a tough loss on Thursday, and you're right back where you were last year as far as 3-6. We remember last year you reeled off 7 in a row, ended up winning the division at 10-6. My question to you, though, is it's a new year, new team, new players. What's the difference, you think, in this year's team and last year's team that went on that run?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. You know, I would like for us to start off getting our wins early, you know, because last season we put ourselves in a bad situation, and we just knew it was something that had to be done. We could still get on that same run this year, starting Sunday in Philly. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I guess after that week, I can kind of determine what kind of drive is there, and you know what difference from the team from this year and from last year's team.
There's just, you know, let me say this for you.
Okay.
the difference is, you know, as a media member, what I saw last year with this team was it seemed like a lot of guys were playing for each other.
Yeah, definitely.
It just seemed like a tighter group. And, you know, we talk about it off the air. It was, quote-unquote, the no-name guys that went on that run. Mm-hmm. This year, you know, you get some guys back from injury, and it's not to call people out, but I just think that the guys that made that run last year aren't integral as much as they were last year, and you're one of them. I mean, you're a guy that whenever I see you on the field, the ball migrates to you. You know, you make big plays. A lot of people remember you last year picking off Tony Romo against the Cowboys to ice it as far as winning the division. Your first play back this year, what happened?
I got a pick.
You got a pick.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It just seems like the guys that were really part of the run last year aren't the guys where you're a focal point now. Mm-hmm. What can you do about that?
I mean, I can just, you know, do what I've been doing. Take my snaps as they come, right, and make the best of them. You know, I can only do with the position that I'm put in. You know, that's all I'm capable of. You know, so if I'm not out there as much as I was last year, I can't do nothing but, you know, wait my turn, and when I get my turn, make the best of it.
I mean, you're saying the right things, and that's why you want to see nice people have an opportunity to get out and do some productive things.
Yeah.
The team is, again, where you were last year. The difference is, and not to, you know, throw salt on the thing, but last year I said this, when you went on that 7-game winning streak, there was only one team that made the playoffs out of those 7 wins, and that was the Ravens. Yeah, they went on and won the Super Bowl, but there was some bad football teams that you were supposed to beat. Mm-hmm. Well, this year, you're not going to sneak up on anyone. If you reel off 7 in a row, you'll probably be in the Super Bowl because of the type of teams that you'll have to beat to get there. Kansas City coming up, San Francisco. You travel to Philly this weekend. It's a tough road ahead. Yeah, definitely. You know, that's why if we can win the next 7 games in a row, that's a testament to our hard work. And we know that, you know, it wasn't a fluke, and we need to be wherever we're going to end up at. You don't think guys have been too comfortable thinking that, though, do you? Like, well, there's a magic switch that can be turned on. Because I hear a lot of guys saying, you know, we'll be fine, you know, we just have to keep playing our game. But after a while, there has to be some, you know, not the word panic, but there has to be, I mean, you've got to look at every game now as do or die. Yeah, definitely. You know, everybody's going to say we're okay, we're calm, but, you know, in actuality, it's grind time. Yeah. You can't lose. You know what I mean? We have no room to lose. And like you said, the teams we got coming up are great teams. You know, there's no should-win games that we got coming up. So, I mean, we just need to go out there and take it week by week. That's all we can do. Folks, talking with Rob Jackson from the Washington Redskins. We're live here at Hooters in Rockville. I've got a couple of vouchers here, 50 free wings at Hooters. So, you know, I can't just give them away. I think we have to make some people earn them. They have to work for them a little bit. We give them some trivia or something like that if they want to get some free wings. But the Minnesota game, let's break that down just a little bit. You guys came out. I thought the offense played well enough in that game to win. Yeah. There's different facets to every game, and it just seems like all year long the defense may have played well a game where the offense didn't play well. Mm-hmm. The offense comes out this week, plays well. You get, the yards from Alfred. You get the passing from Robert. Pierre had a big game. But then on defense, it seemed like Minnesota was able to do things that I didn't think they were capable of doing. And then they came in and did it with a backup quarterback in Matt Castle. What's up with that?
Man, I just feel like down the stretch, defensively, we didn't make the plays we needed to make. We didn't get off the field when we were supposed to get off the field. We could have put the game away coming out of half, but we didn't make those plays down the stretch, and I think that was a big part, of us not coming out with the win.
But it was stuff that you guys had game planned for, so it wasn't a coaching thing, because a lot of people right now are down on the coaching staff here. I mean, do you feel like the scheme and everything that you're being asked to do, and it's okay at times if you guys don't agree with coaches, but for the most part, is the 3-4 okay with this defense and the personnel?
Yeah, I think so. We had a couple years to draft guys and get guys in, that was suitable for the 3-4 defense. When Shanahan came in, he got rid of a lot of guys that wasn't suitable for it. So at this point, I think we do have the right personnel for the defense. And I just feel like we just need to click. Regardless of the play calling, guys, we're out there playing.
Right.
Whether if we're put in bad situations, that's not stopping any of us from going out, making the tackle, and getting the ball out, or getting an interception or something like that. Not just making the tackle or going for the big play, getting the ball back for our offense, going that extra mile.
What do you think as far as yourself? I mean, a guy, like I said, every time you come in, you're around the football.
That's how I look at it. That's exactly how I look at it. I don't know how many snaps I'm going to get a game, so I make sure that when I'm out there, I know what's coming. I know the tendencies. When I'm not on the field, I'm watching, seeing the plays they run, things like that. So when I get out there, I feel like I'm 20 snaps in already, and I just try to make the most of it. And things been coming along for me, and I want to continue to do that.
Do you feel like just being out there now with the system, like, is second nature to you, or because you see some of the young guys, Bakari Rambo, David out there as well.
Yeah.
They're rookies, and you remember being a rookie, you just everything you have to process it, and it's so fast. Do you feel like for yourself now in the system that it's just second nature to you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm real comfortable in the system. I felt like I've seen everything that an offense can throw at me,
right?
From different positions, from being removed on number 2, from rushing to dropping, things like that. So, I'm not really surprised by anything.
By the way, I was going to tell you before we went, but my boy Chris Wilson told me to tell you what's up.
Yeah, tell us what's up.
He's up in Canada now, doing some damage up there. So, you look at Chris, you look at Zoe.
Yep.
Guys that you used to run with on teams, and and some of your fellow linebackers, they're not here. And I mean, even guys that maybe fans don't realize were integral on special teams, like DJ Gomes. Just so many different guys. The special teams is the backbone of a lot of teams, and you have a new coach in trying to implement a new system. Has that been frustrating this year, just to figure out like where everybody's supposed to be right now?
Yeah, definitely. We're used to Danny Smith's been here as long as I've been here.
Yeah.
So we got his techniques and his methods and different situations kind of instilled in our heads. And it's the first year we're changing almost everything up. From punt protection, punt drops, to the way we block on kickoff return. Just everything is different. So, I think that's something that comes along with time and personnel and guys feeling confident and doing something different.
Folks, Rob Jackson from the Washington Redskins joins us here live from Hooters in Rockville. We'll be back here in December. I think it's December 13th on Monday, and we got one of your other teammates coming out, big guest. I'm not going to say the name yet because it's not about that person yet. We're here with Rob right now. We do have 50 free wings, a couple vouchers. How do you want to give them out to people?
I don't know. You tell me. What you got planned?
Oh, see, look. We might be able to make that happen over there. Yeah, we got to make people earn them, though. I mean, it just can't be something given away. These two guys right here have been here since I got here this afternoon setting up. So, all right, so any of you guys a Redskins fan? You're a Redskins fan? All right, so all you got to do is tell me. You know Rob Jackson. You tell me what school he went to, I'll give you the wings. You're not sure, man. That's an easy giveaway. That's an easy giveaway. It's a K and a S.
Oh, that's a lot.
Come on, man. And he said he was I'll give you 3 minutes to figure it out. So you just have to figure out what college Rob Jackson went to. Speaking of colleges, folks, we're going to break down BCS right now. You know what would be great, man, if the playoffs they're going to have 14 playoff next year was this year. Because you have all those undefeated teams that would be part of it. But I'm going to get your thoughts on what you think of Florida State, what you think of Alabama, Baylor. They're from your conference. Yep. So you, in college, you played against Robert.
Nah, he didn't
missed
play.
him.
Yeah,
you
I
missed
him. I missed him.
Okay, all right. That's probably a good thing for him.
Yeah, I know. Definitely. Definitely.
Probably a good thing. Look, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more right here live, Hooters in Rockville, and we definitely have to get rid of these gift vouchers. So hang tight, folks. We'll be back.
Medical emergencies.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm calling for help right now. Sharon, we received a smoke signal coming from your kitchen. Get out now. We're calling the fire department.
Home invasion. Emergencies away from home.
I'm trying to get to my car, but it's still a ways away.
I'm right here and we'll stay on the line with you and we can contact the police if necessary.
And you can have this protection away from home for just $19.95 per month.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes. For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-830-1951. That's 1-800-830-1951.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Are you worried about home foreclosure? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home and there is nowhere to turn? Then the Homeowners Relief Line could be your answer. Homeowners Relief Line can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowners Relief Line now. Homeowners Relief Line has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you right away. Remember, if you are behind on your mortgage payments, Homeowners Relief Line can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it is too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowners Relief Line now.
Call 800-749-8070. That's 800-749-8070.
Hi, I'm Shannon Doherty. I've produced, I've directed, but now I'm doing something I've always wanted to do. I'm going to get my college degree. I logged on to Education Connection, the free service that showed me hundreds of schools and degrees. Now I'm getting my degree in liberal arts. But you could get yours in business, in nursing, even a degree in technology. Let Education Connection help you find the right program for free.
Log on now to 41educationmatching.com. That's 41educationmatching.com.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense, a divorce, a business loss, or even helping a family member or friend in need. As founder of Consolidated Credit, I understand that credit card problems are not about overspending. It's about emergencies and unexpected situations. For nearly 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped over 5 million people just like you. The options for getting out of debt have never been better. We can reduce your interest rates and cut your payments up to 50%. The time to call Consolidated Credit is now. There's a lot of ways to get into trouble with debt. There's only one trusted way to get out. Consolidated Credit. When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call 1-800-445-1912. That's 1-800-445-1912.
Welcome to Hooters. Right this way. Wednesday is Wings Day at Hooters. Get 10 boneless wings and fries for just $6.99.
with Rob Jackson from the Washington Redskins, Hooters in Rockville, and we have one more gift voucher. I'm going to let you give that away to somebody. They'll have to earn it.
Okay, I'll see if I can think of something.
All right, so we break down the Philadelphia Eagles coming up. You have them at Philadelphia, and must-win game. You can't lose. Every game from here on out is must-win, but specifically when you're playing a divisional team, an opponent. And if you look at the division, everyone's saying it's the worst division in football. I don't necessarily feel that the teams couldn't – whoever wins the division, I don't think that they would be bounced out of the playoffs immediately. I don't feel like that. The question is which is going to be the team, because only one's going to make it out the division.
Yeah.
The Eagles right now playing well. Nick Foles, is he their quarterback for the future? Most people probably will say, yeah, the way they're playing right now. Cowboys, you saw it last night. We need not have to say anything. The Giants, though, that's the team that I think they seem like they're turning it around. They're getting some of their guys back as far as some of their running backs. Andre Brown came back last night. But you look ahead to this game against the Eagles in Philadelphia. You kind of started this run last year, remember?
Yeah.
It was the Eagles.
Yeah, yep.
Deja vu all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you guys need to do to beat that team? Because they're playing pretty well right now.
We got to go in there and, we got to get the game plan Wednesday, see what they got drawn up for them. Get used to that no huddle, the fast pace. They're a little faster than just a regular no huddle team. So, that's a big part of it. Getting in our gaps defensively, making tackles. Shady McCoy, he's really elusive. You make a lot of guys look stupid in space and even in closed quarters. So, we just got to play mistake-free football, which is hard, but we got to try our best to do that.
In 2 back-to-back weeks, you've gone from Adrian Peterson now to Shady McCoy, probably the 2 best backs in the league. Different styles, but how tough is it to play against Shady McCoy?
Oh, it's real difficult. You can be in the right spot and still not make the play with him. So you just got to rally to the ball defensively. Just don't make sure it's not one guy on him. Make sure it's 2-3 guys on him because, he's hard to tackle.
Last week, Adrian Peterson, he has a power. People don't realize how much he cuts, though.
Yeah.
It is just playing against a guy like that. Do you ever just sit back and obviously you're trying to tackle him?
Yeah.
But do you ever just look at him and say, wow, some of the stuff that he does?
Oh, yeah, all the time. Watching film, watching him against other teams, watching him play, period. He didn't have a lot of yards, his usual yards against us.
Right.
But, even the yards he got was impressive. It could have been a 4 or 5 yard run. It was impressive because what he did, the holes he saw, the tackles he broke, things like that.
Most guys tell me that he looks better to them than before he was injured. Just something about him now seems like the injury seems like he's actually a little bit more quicker.
I'm not sure, man. I always feel like he was great, so, I don't think it get much better than that.
It's a hard tackle regardless.
Yeah.
Now, this game, Nick Foles, I think, talking to some of my colleagues in Philly, they think that he's the guy, that he's their quarterback, and, maybe Chip Kelly has found the guy that he needs to run that offense. I will say this, you didn't play in the first game against them where guys were getting gas, but they were tired too.
Yeah.
I don't think they're playing at that pace anymore. I think Chip Kelly's realized, I'm going to tire my guys out as well.
Yeah.
So they come up for air a little bit, but, how do you prepare for a team like this?
Like I said before, it's just you can't make mistakes. And, that's going a long way, but, you really can't. Just try your best to play your perfect game against them defensively because any little gap can go for a touchdown. It's not like, they spread everybody out so wide. It's not
right.
You can miss a gap and rally to the ball. It's going to be you miss a gap. It's going to be 6. So
a guy like Riley Cooper right now is playing really well too. So, when Jeremy Maclin went down, people thought maybe, one show, type setup with Deshaun Jackson. But now with Riley Cooper stepping up, it's just added another weapon for that offense. So you guys do have your work cut out for you. When you play in all these NFC East venues, which venue do you feel like is the toughest venue?
That's a good question. Last year when I was, when I had a real big role in the defense, I felt like Dallas was.
Really?
Because it was always, you know, it was always a dogfight. I felt like they were never out of the game. We were never out of the game. You know, you could never relax on any play. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that being said, I would say they was. You know, before that's being said, not playing against Philly in their new offense,
right?
And you know, things like that.
You haven't played the Giants yet this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at Dallas. Think about it. I can understand that because those games were. One was on Thanksgiving Day. You're not trying to get embarrassed on national TV.
Yeah.
And then the second game, national game, but it was for it all, you know, for the division. So,
exactly.
You know, I've said before, I think that the rivalry between the Cowboys and Redskins will come back around when the games are meaningful. So if you just, you know, you're playing and they're not for anything, it's just not a rivalry.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Now when you play them again, when they come here, it could have playoff implications on that.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to play like this?
Oh, yeah.
You like the pressure?
Yeah. I mean,
that's tough, bro.
Yeah, I like playing the night games. I like, you know, everybody knowing that everybody's watching. Yeah. You know, so, I mean, I thrive on things like that. You know, some guys may hide and, you know, might get a little nervous, but I thrive on things like that.
If you look at, you know, some of the standouts on defense this year, you know, I think the snaps that you've had, you've been one of them. But you look at Kerrigan, you know, you D'Angelo, he's having an all-pro year. You know, say what people want about him.
Yeah.
He's having an all-pro year.
Yeah.
London Fletcher is, in my opinion, he's slowing down. I mean, I think I've said this before, take nothing away from him. Great student of the game, but Father Time loses no battles. And you're starting to see that. So one of the things that I've always said was, I think this defense personally would be better equipped at a 4-3. The question is, you know, you have yourself, you have Rob, you have Perry, and you have a Rackbo. So, for me, if you went to a 4-3, I think you could move Brian back to the line, and then the three linebackers would be you, Perry, and Ryan Kerrigan. Do you ever feel like you could move to the middle if asked? I mean, it's tough. I can understand that, but
I mean, physically, yes. Mentally, I don't know. I feel like it'll take a little time. You know, I mean,
you'd have to set everybody up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it's not like, you know, you got adjustments left and right. You know, you never really can just lock in on anything. You know, you got different fits on different plays, run and pass. I mean, it'll take some time. I don't feel like I can just do it in 1 year and be a starter on the inside.
Has anyone asked you that question before?
No, they haven't.
Because, I mean, I'm just looking. If you think about your bookends that you have, I mean, you have Perry, you know, and Perry's up and coming middle linebacker. He's, you know, I can see him now feeling more comfortable in there. But if you're staying at 3-4, in order to get you 4 on the field at the same time, you may have to do that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If it happens, it happens.
If it gets you on the field all the time,
exactly.
You'll do that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's tough, you know. I don't think people realize the intricacies that go with the positions that, you know, that you have to run. And, you know, even for you, you're a guy that's asked to cover tight ends.
Yeah.
And I think you're probably the best linebacker on this team to do that. But, I mean, you think of some of the guys you have to cover. I mean, right here, you talk about in your division, Jason Witten.
Mm-hmm.
That's not easy.
No, not at all.
Gronkowski, Jimmy Graham. I mean, you think of these guys. You covering a young guy right now in practice, this Jordan Reed.
Yeah.
What you think about him? I mean,
he's real good. He's going to be good for a long time to come. You know, he got a lot of shape at the top of his routes. You know, it's hard to kind of tell which way he's going. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of guys, you know, you kind of have to give away your route before you actually make the cut. Mm-hmm. You know, just because of angles. You know, he does a real good job of disguising it. You know, all his releases are pretty much straight up the field. And, you know, that's a big part, you know, especially for a young guy. It's hard to read his route.
He's got great hands.
Yep.
I haven't seen him maybe once or twice all year, if that, drop a pass. You know, it seems like anything near him, he makes the catch. I understand, you know, Fred and situations going on there, but I keep thinking, man, it sure would have been nice to have seen them on the field at the same time. That could have been some serious damage for linebackers to have to cover them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But that's not happening. So, you know, and I'm not going there. I'm gonna leave that alone. You guys kind of had a longer week because you played on Thursday. You know, this. Some people say you want to keep playing and get, you know, the losses out your system. I think this was a good timing. It was almost perfect timing for you guys. It's almost like you have 2 buys almost.
Yeah.
Is it a chance for you to kind of just recuperate a little bit, get ready for the stretch drive?
I feel like this weekend was well deserved. I went back up to Connecticut, took some time off. Didn't even think about football. Watched a little bit of football yesterday, and it felt good just to get away. We had practice today. I felt like everybody was focused. Flying around, healed up, and was ready to go.
So they're ready to take this thing home.
Yeah, definitely.
Listen, I mean, if you're a Redskins fan, there's still hope. I've been saying it. Every time you have a tough loss, somebody else in the division has a tough loss. And the hard part for you, though, is that if you look at the Giants, they've already played Denver. They've already played Kansas City. Philadelphia's already played Denver. They've already played Kansas City. Dallas, they've already played them. So now it's your turn. You're getting them. I do think a couple of those teams get Seattle on the schedule where you get San Francisco. But if you look at a team like San Francisco, they go out yesterday and they lost to the Panthers, who was a surprising team. So this is a question that I don't expect for you to, be able to answer all the way. I understand there's some politics in it. When you look around the league, and I said this before on my show, there's 8 coaching changes in the NFL last year. 7 of them really rookie coaches because Andy Reid's not a rookie coach. But Andy Reid went to a team that won 2 games last year. And right now they're undefeated with the best record in the league. The other 7 rookie coaches, 6 of those coaches have better records than this team right now. That, to me, is a sign of coaching. Because when you have the same personnel that you had last year and you have an improvement at the tight end position, if you want to say that with Jordan, I just think there should be better results. You can't put it all on Robert being injured. It's either coaching or it's guys not doing what they're supposed to do, not being accountable. The question is, when you guys are in the locker room, do you feel like guys are holding each other accountable now? I mean, is there a true leader on this team that's like you look at the Ravens over the years, you knew who was the guy there. Is there a guy like that on this team? Yeah, there is. I feel like he holds guys accountable. Fletcher holds guys accountable. During the game, at halftime, guys are holding other guys accountable. We're working things out. We're talking to each other. It's not kind of like, guys are just not saying anything, waiting until a guy turns his back and, oh man, Right. I mean, I feel like we have leaders, because we've been hard on ourselves because we felt like we're a lot better than what we've been showing. Right. Our depth is good. We got our players is good, and I felt like it was some frustrating things there where we was just wondering like, what's the problem? Right. We're a lot better than what we've been playing. Like, there's no reason why guys should be running on us or passing on us like they have been. I mean, do you think you guys are pressing because everybody – I mean, the more you go down that well, it gets tougher to climb out of it. I mean, do you think maybe guys are pressing to make plays when you just do the little things right and that stuff will add up after a while? And, I mean, I ask you that, Rob, because you're a playmaker. I mean, you're a guy that, like I said, just the ball's a magnet near you, but – there's other guys that I see that, drop some passes. There's some other guys that aren't making the short tackle when it's there. Do you think it's just in guys' psyches now that, listen, we're better than this, but so guys are pressing to get you guys where you need to be? I'm not sure. I really can't speak for them out on the field, what's going through their mind. But, like you said, I made plays, but it was all, like within the scheme. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. Okay. And, So you weren't freelancing out of it? No. Okay. Listen, I think most fans, and I know a lot of people have been asking me, what about Rob Jackson? It's just when you're playing teams that pass the football, I'm like, that's your best cover linebacker. I don't know why you're out the game. And obviously these are questions that are asked to Coach Haslett and out of practice, people ask, what about certain guys? It just seems like it's too much turnover. You can't – I don't believe in okay, if you have 10 packages, I don't believe you run 10 packages for 10 different players. You run those same packages for your best players and let the chips fall where they may. Last year, you didn't have to worry about coming off the field. I mean, do you feel like the more you played, the warmer you got? I mean, you just –
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's
the
what
more
anything,
reps.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with anything you do, the more reps you get at it, the better you're going to be. The more comfortable you're going to feel at it. So I'm just trying my best this year to take as much mental reps as possible. It's nothing like actually being out there.
Right.
But, I mean, that's all I can do. I'm going to continue to work hard and be patient. That's what I've been doing since I've been here. I've been around here for a while doing that, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Did the coaches ever tell you if you're going to be a big part of the scheme that week or anything like that, or you just find out as the game goes along?
For the most part, I find out as the game goes along.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's a fair question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone. You can take me out at 3:00 to get my rebuttals on some of that stuff. Folks sitting here with Rob Jackson, the Washington Redskins, guy that made some huge plays down the stretch last year. This year, first play from scrimmage, you get an interception. You had a big sack on Peyton a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Those are the type of plays that this team's going to need to really turn the season around and get to be where they want to be. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're done with the skins part. I know you get tired of hearing it all the time. so we're done with that.
All right.
We're going to change gears. We'll talk some college football. You NBA fan?
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You're Connecticut. That's right. So we ask some hypotheticals too. And we have fun with that. The hypotheticals are questions like, we talked about a little bit, Adrian Peterson or Shady McCoy, Kaepernick and I won't put your quarterback because, of course, you got to say yours, but it could be Kaepernick or Wilson,
Yeah.
So we'll answer that. And you probably can't say Wilson if you're going to play against Kaepernick because that could be bulletin board material. So, look, folks, we'll take a break. When we come back, more Rob Jackson and myself, Lake Lewis, live here from Hooters in Rockville. Hang tight.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense, a divorce, a business loss, or even helping a family member or friend in need. At Consolidated Credit, we understand that debt problems are not about overspending. It's about emergencies and unexpected situations. Consolidated Credit has helped over 5 million people, just like you. The options for getting out of debt have never been better. We can reduce your interest rates, cut your monthly payments, and help you get out of debt fast. The time to call Consolidated Credit is now. There are a lot of ways to get into trouble with debt. There's only one trusted way to get out: Consolidated Credit. When debt is the problem, we are the solution.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call toll-free 1-800-426-6016. That's 1-800-426-6016. Call now.
If you're disabled and unable to work, pay attention to the following message.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be entitled to disability benefits through Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right if you suffer from a physical or mental disability. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. To get started, call the number on your screen now. And keep in mind, there are a vast number of conditions that make you eligible for disability benefits and dozens of additions that you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
Call 1-800-735-0219. Call now.
Imagine with a simple push of a button, you could be on your way to getting firm, sculpted abs and a sexy waistline with the Contour Core Sculpting System. It's the breakthrough technology that requires no machines, no getting on the floor, no stress, and no strain.
Contour. The Contour is the real deal.
The secret is Contour's exclusive auto-active muscle toning technology, the digital breakthrough that automatically targets all your abdominal muscles, including your upper abs, lower abs, obliques, and even that stubborn lower belly. Thermographic testing proves Contour activates your entire core. The Contour Core Sculpting System comes with a one-size-fits-all Contour Core Belt, electronic controller with custom digital settings, batteries, and a 1-year warranty, plus an instructional guide and sensible eating plan. And it's all yours to try for 30 days for just $14.95. There's never been an easier, more effective way to get great-looking abs. So call and order right now.
Health insurance update. This just in for all uninsured Americans with or without pre-existing conditions. The recent health care bill will not take effect until at least 2014, leaving families and individuals lacking health insurance with no immediate solution to their concerns. Meanwhile, medical problems continue to be the #1 cause of bankruptcies. Here's the good news. A health insurance hotline has been established to provide affordable health insurance for all uninsured Americans, and yes, uninsured Americans with pre-existing conditions. Call the number on your screen now, and in less than 10 minutes, you could receive a choice of affordable plans from the Hotline Network. This is not a discount card. You will have access to doctors, hospitals, dental care, infant care, and emergency services. Call the Health Insurance Hotline now and get you and your family covered today.
Call 800-794-1817. That's 800-794-1817. Call now.
That's a good pour. Frosty glass, perfect amount of foam.
Thanks, Coach.
How's your Bloody Mary?
Spicy.
Wings?
Always fresh, never frozen.
All right. Who's the primary on Spider 2Z Snag?
It's the fullback out of the backfield. If he gets jammed, I'm hitting the flanker on a curl route.
You're good.
I know.
Huddle up at Hooters. Why would you go anywhere else, man?
All right, folks, welcome back. Hooters here in Rockville. Myself, Washington Redskins linebacker Rob Jackson. I'm talking about the Redskins, his team, as far as just where they are right now. And, you know, this team is a team that's made up of so many different players of, you know, high character. And I think most fans are waiting for you guys to put that string together where you can challenge for the division. So we'll see how that plays out. But I did say we were going to switch gears here. Rob deals with this every day, all day. What's up with the Skins? But as far as college football, Alabama #1, Florida State #2. I had the rookie Chris Thompson out here a couple weeks ago. And, of course, you know, he went to Florida State. Mm-hmm. I asked him yesterday, put aside the fact that that's your school, that's where you went to school, can they get with Alabama? And he's like, of course. And he said it to me a little too easily, too free. You're talking about the two-time champions, you know, who are a team that's got a, you know, great quarterback as far as college quarterback. I think A.J. McCarron can play on the next level, too. Yeah. Great decision maker. Do you really think Florida State can get with Alabama?
Yeah, I think they can. Don't get me wrong. Alabama's a great team, always been. You know, they've been in championships back to back.
Right.
You know, they got a lot of experience. You know, and Florida State, on the other hand, you know, they got a young quarterback, you know, guys first year stepping up, making plays, things like that. But, I mean, I feel like they earned to be where they're at. You know, they beat some good teams and by a good margin.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned to me earlier that, you know, they got Clemson. I do think Clemson was severely overrated. However, a win's a win.
Yeah,
and when they played them, Clemson was #3. Riding high, they were playing them in Death Valley, and they went in there and blew them up.
Yeah.
But they haven't been challenged. That's the part that gets me is that when you're beating teams like that, I mean, just hanging 50, 60 on teams, when you play the kingpin, you know, the big boy, the bully of them all, what happens if you fall behind by 10 in a game like that? You haven't had adversity at all.
Yeah, I mean, but that's not taken away from what they're doing.
Right. They might think, well, what if we go up, you know, by 20 on them too?
Yeah. I mean, going into the game, you don't know they're gonna put up 50 points on the team until they do it. And then now everybody's like, oh, they wasn't good anyway. Right. They let them do that. It's not like they're letting them do it. They're doing it. Yeah, you know, on command. Like, they're doing what they want to quote unquote good teams before they play Florida State, I feel like.
Now listen, you know, I'm a Big Ten guy. You know, having played at Penn State. My question to you is, Ohio State, You could look at a team that for 2 years in a row has not lost a football game out of a major conference, and they may not sniff the BCS championship game. You can't tell me that, and I know people with Florida State are going to say I'm hating. I'm not saying that. But you can't tell me made for TV would be Urban Meyer and Ohio State against Nick Saban and Alabama, two guys that used to butt heads all the time, Alabama, Florida. That's made for TV right there.
Yeah, I agree. Like you said, having lost in 2 years, that goes without saying.
There's something wrong with that, man.
Yeah, definitely.
2 years. That's saying that my conference is weak. That's what they're saying.
Could be. I mean, that's definitely what they're saying, but it could be that the conference is weak.
Come on, man. They're saying your conference weak, too.
Yeah, that's true.
They're saying the Big 12. I mean, you got a Baylor team that I looked at Baylor's numbers this year. They won 3 games where they put up over 70.
Yeah.
And they had 2 other games where they had 69.
Yeah.
That's basketball numbers.
That's true. Like, I will agree. Like, the Big 12, the powerhouses that used to be in the Big 12 aren't powerhouses no more. Oklahoma, the Texases.
Yeah.
Kansas State, we had a good run last year. Who else you had in there? Kansas. Who else? Colorado left. Who else left?
You have Texas A&M left.
Yeah, Texas A&M left.
So you have Texas Tech. And Texas Tech had a tough loss. I mean, it's not the same. But, I mean, you can't take anything away from Baylor. I mean, they beat up on Oklahoma this past weekend.
Yeah.
And listen, it's still Bob Stoops. It's still Oklahoma, a team that probably could beat most teams in the country. Maybe not the top 5, but they're still a great program. They just destroyed them, and yet they still didn't really get any votes to move up at all in the rankings.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of people don't even know Baylor's doing what they're doing. You know what I mean?
They still think Baylor was, you mean the team that RG3 played for.
Yeah.
They might be better as a team than when he was there, when Terrence Williams was there and all those guys, Kendall Wright. I mean, they look better now.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. That's why,
fair,
it'll be – I got to wait one more year for the playoff system and things like that. So I hope that helps out a lot because right now, there's teams that's good teams that don't even get a chance.
Right.
To compete for being the best college team in the nation. Or
what's going to happen, man? It's going to be messed up. Next year, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have like a bunch of one-loss teams, and then it's going to be like total chaos. This year it was kind of, taking care of itself because you had Ohio State, Alabama, Florida State, and Baylor. I still think Stanford, in my opinion, is still one of the best teams in the country. They're a physical football team in the way they, took down Oregon. The problem is Stanford has a loss against unranked Utah. So that all but killed them from playing for a national title.
Yeah.
I will ask you this, and this is the hypotheticals here. We like to have fun with this, so it's loosen up. Alabama, if you come out the SEC, let's just say you win the regular season undefeated, and you lose in the SEC championship, everybody recognizes the SEC to be the best conference in football. Do you penalize the best conference in football when your best team was number 1 all year, ran through the league, the best league in the country, and may slip up in their conference championship? Do you penalize them and not allow for them to play for the BCS championship game?
I don't think so. Because I agree. I feel like that is one of the best colleges in college football. You really don't have an off week. You know, and in most conferences you'll have 2 or 3 off weeks where you can go in there, you can do whatever you want, you can pad your stats, but they got to show up every Saturday, and I don't think they should get penalized for one loss in the national championship game.
Well, it'll happen
in the conference.
It would happen, and that would be. I agree with you. I think that would be a travesty because you're talking about a team that you look at their schedule, their strength of schedule. I mean, it doesn't get any tougher than that. And the reason why I say that is because you heard it here first. Missouri, that could be dangerous. That could be real dangerous if they played them in the SEC championship. They didn't play them in the regular season, and I think Missouri gets their starting quarterback back for that game too. And Missouri still looked great without him. You could have an Alabama. I think if you look at the rest of the team's schedule, Ohio State, nobody's beating them in the Big Ten. I mean, they're tough.
Yeah, you can actually say that.
You can pencil it in there. I mean, they play Michigan. We all know it's a big game into the season, but they'll beat Michigan. You look at Florida State. who's beating them in the ACC here on out? They may play Miami again, or actually I think they're probably going to have to play Virginia Tech, who beat Miami, probably have to play them for the ACC championship. And the other team is still in the running, believe it or not, is Duke.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just, come on now. Yeah. They're not losing another game. Baylor, though, they have Texas Tech, they have Texas, and they have another team that's ranked. So basically, they have 3 teams that are ranked, and if they win those 3 games and win the Big 12 championship game, they're talking about there's a chance that they could be right there at the end.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd want to see that, though.
Oh, yeah, of course. Any team from, the Big 12 that gets that opportunity, I'm going to root for them.
Do you have guys in the locker room that talk about your conference? Like it's no good or anything?
Yeah, definitely. We do.
But they probably came from small schools.
Nah, I mean, it's usually ACC, SEC guys, that don't even like.
The ACC, see, no offense, because I know where I'm sitting right now. This is ACC territory, Maryland and all that stuff. But I'm sorry. I said ACC's top heavy. You have 2-3 good programs, and the rest of them are just they're not good. There's just no other way to say it. Maryland football is not good. There's no way of getting around it. Everyone says, you can't say that you're sitting in Maryland. I can say it. Maryland football is not good. So, Florida State, Clemson, Virginia Tech, maybe it's 4. Florida State, Miami, Clemson, Virginia Tech. That's it.
I agree.
Now, Big 12, Texas, Oklahoma. Would you put K-State in there?
Yeah, I would.
Come on, man. Yeah. I knew you were going to say yes on that.
Yeah, I would.
Last year, maybe.
Yeah, in Baylor.
Yeah. Were you upset last year when you were watching them? Kansas State?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I thought they were going to do a lot better.
They were 2 games away from playing for the national title.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when they had to go and play Oregon.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? I wanted to, just because the way Oregon played, I wanted to be like, they might have trouble, but Kansas State was playing some great football, too, at the time. I just didn't want to see them go down like that, just to furthermore so people could say more stuff about the Big 12 Conference.
So you didn't play with Freeman at all, did you?
Yeah, I did.
For 1 year? 2 years?
2 years I played with Freeman.
Okay, so you had Josh Freeman. You had a little running back was nice. What's his
we had Leon Patton and we had James Johnson.
Little back.
Yeah, that was Leon.
Yep. Not nice. And so
played with Jordy Nelson in Green Bay.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was a beast. Still is a beast.
See, now y'all laying claim to Jordy Nelson. Nelson, when he came out,
he had a great year. It was just 1 year. He came off of ACL surgery, so he sat out his whole junior year. He came in as a walk-on defensive back, so he was really under the radar. So he just showed up his last year, as a receiver. So nobody really knew how good he was until, Green Bay took him in the second round and he started playing.
That guy's an absolute animal.
Yeah.
Would you put Jordy in the top 10?
Oh, yeah. And I'm not just saying that being biased, man. I played with the guy. Like, I practiced with the guy. He works hard.
Man, that's I'm not gonna knock that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna play this hypotheticals. I'm gonna throw 2 people out at you, and you tell me who you would take first. We're going to go basketball. You a basketball fan.
Mm-hmm.
Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
You got to tell me why, though.
I feel like their games are similar. They're both quick. They're both shifty, but
you sound like you're a Bulls fan, aren't you?
I just feel like Russell Wilson, he put his team in bad positions in the past and things that I've saw. Don't get me wrong, he put them in good positions also.
Right. He may have shot too much.
Yeah, exactly. And as a point guard, I feel like you can score. Don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be a point in time where you're shooting too much.
Right. I've always said this: when you do these hypotheticals, you just trade the player. If you put Derrick Rose on Oklahoma City, do they improve?
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you put Russell Westbrook on Chicago, do they improve? Or do they stay the same?
It might stay the same. I don't know if they'll improve.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you on that. All right, so the next guy here, and this is I like doing this with younger folks. because you guys grew up seeing LeBron, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. The young dudes always think about it. If you ask anybody 35 plus, there's no debate. It's Jordan. But so you're thinking about it.
I'm gonna go with LeBron. I'm gonna go with LeBron for the simple fact, it's now. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the competition was any worse back then, but it's close. But I'll have to go with LeBron. Like I'm gonna stand by that.
Okay, it's fair. It's fair. All right, I'm gonna go Chris Johnson, LT.
For
real?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just shifty, quick, did it all.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Now this gonna get real interesting. Now, AJ Green, Dez Bryant. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Man. That's real tough. Man.
Two great young players.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Dez just because I'm more familiar with him.
Okay.
I'm more familiar with what he's capable of. We play him twice a year. I'm gonna go with Dez.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so we're gonna raise it up a little bit. Calvin Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald.
Calvin Johnson.
All right, so he said that real quick. So, okay, hypotheticals. You're starting a team now. Calvin Johnson, Adrian Peterson.
Calvin Johnson.
Wow. Okay, we're starting a team here. Aaron Rodgers, Calvin Johnson.
Aaron Rodgers. And what the NFL is now, you can win with a receiver and a quarterback before you can win with a running back. I feel like Adrian Peterson, he's a great player, but they don't have the pieces around him, so the Vikings will never get to that point.
You stacking the box, the box on them.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay, all right. Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers.
I have to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay, that's fair. A lot of people say that. I'm gonna keep going here. Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers. That's an easy
Peyton Manning.
one. Ooh, you surprised me there. I thought you were going to say Aaron Rodgers because of the age. Peyton Manning.
Yeah. Yep.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Hey, listen, you got to go back to Connecticut, man. You better. That's tough.
I would say Tom Brady. I would go with Tom Brady.
Good man. Listen, people knock me for saying it. I think he's the greatest ever.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've said this, Tom Brady is one with less than Peyton Manning has. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to link up this year, too.
Yeah.
It looks like that. All right, 2 more hypotheticals. This is going to be real tough on you now. Okay, it's going to be super tough. This is for Redskins fans out there. And I said this. If you had to choose one over the other, the late, great Sean Taylor or RG3? Yeah,
come
see
on,
that? Yeah,
man. Come on, you can't.
Hey,
come on.
I'm talking about just dominance. Sean Taylor was that guy. That's tough, right?
Come on, yeah.
Hey man, listen, I'll make it tough. We gotta make it tough for you.
Oh man,
you can't get any tougher than that because those are 2 fan favorites. I mean, yeah. Who do you guys go with? Sean Taylor. So you said Sean Taylor. You just missed playing with Sean, didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, but I watched him though.
And you hear them stories too. That's tough. I mean, I know Rob was your guy, but
I'm gonna go with Sean T.
Okay, that's a safe bet.
Yeah.
All right, and then finally, this one catches some people off guard. Okay, it's just as far as overall dominance, and I'm gonna put it in your lap because you're a defensive player. J.J. Watt. Okay, you got one right there, or we're gonna go your position now, Patrick Willis.
I'm gonna go with Patrick Willis.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta go linebacker all day, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he has more opportunity to change the game. He can get sacks. He's a linebacker. He can get sacks. He can get interceptions. He get TFLs, a lot of things. But J.J. Watt, he's a defensive end, so he's only limited to tackles and sacks.
Do you get excited to? Obviously, you're going to be playing them this year.
Mm-hmm.
And Navarro Bowman as well.
Uh-huh.
Do you find yourself trying to check them out? See some of the things they can do.
Oh yeah, I watch them. I definitely watch how they play. Pad level things like that. I watch their defense. Their defense as a whole. I watch. They always have one of the top defenses in the league. So I definitely do.
Folks, sitting here with Rob Jackson from Washington Redskins. Who's one of your favorite players?
I was a big Reggie White fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playing defensive end.
Okay.
Growing up watching him, I was a big Reggie White fan. He was dominant. He was. It was like he was playing against high school kids in the NFL. You got the top of the top, the best of the best, and you throwing guys around with his little club he used to do.
You couldn't do anything with him. Nothing.
Exactly. Snap after snap, though. It wasn't just, you got him this play. It was just like he made guys quit, grown men quit.
Were you an Eagles fan growing up?
Jets.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So somebody told me that there's more fans in Connecticut, believe it or not, that are Jets fans than Giants fans. I didn't believe that.
I don't know. There's a lot of Patriots fans too out there, so it's kind of it's split three ways.
So who's your favorite Jets player? They had some pretty good defenders.
Yeah, they did, but I like to watch the offense. So I like Curtis Martin, Wayne Corbett. Guys.
Keyshawn Johnson was there.
Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson. Yep. Yeah, even Santana Moss when he got drafted
was there. He's a little old though, Al Toon.
Yeah.
But I've said this for a long time. I think Curtis Martin's probably one of the best running backs of all time, and people don't give him that due. I mean, you can make an argument that Curtis Martin was one of the top 5 running backs of all time.
Yeah, he's definitely.
He didn't have great teams around him, unfortunately. Kind of like the Adrian Peterson thing going on. All right, so. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we get ready to wrap up. But we're here live at Hooters in Rockville. A lot of people are getting ready for the Dolphins game tonight. And there's a big mess going on down there. Just have you ever seen anything like this? Because obviously you guys have. The league doesn't like us in the media saying that word, hazing. But you've been tied up to a goalpost. Come on now. Everybody does that stuff. But have you seen anything like this before?
Nah, I haven't. I mean, I wouldn't really consider that hazing. I don't know what kind of hazing they do down there, but I mean, the hazing I've been around is, like you said, tied to the goalpost.
Just some ice thrown on you or something.
Rookie dinner, but I mean, as far as all that goes, and text messages, voice messages, and things like that, I don't know if you had a personal issue with the guy or what, but I wouldn't consider that was hazing.
I have my own theories on that, but you have to wait till 3 o'clock to hear that too. but I will say this. I think that the league was getting looked at like there's bullying going on. I mean, you're a grown man.
Yeah.
If you don't like something somebody's doing to you, you have to handle that yourself first before you even take that up to the coaching staff.
Exactly.
And there's fights that happen all the time in practice, but then after practice, you guys leave the facility together. So I just think it's a messy situation down there where I think there's some more layers to this story that.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm sure. And I hope they're not the layers that I'm thinking either, but it just seems a little fishy to me. And let me ask you this, though. If that guy was available, because obviously the Dolphins are not bringing him back. If he was available, do you think the team would welcome him with open arms?
I don't.
Wouldn't it be tough though to see him doing something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I feel maybe if he was something of like a quarterback or like a big time receiver, something like like a game changer.
Somebody that could change the team, right.
I feel like somebody would take a chance on him, but now I kind of think he's just real too hot, especially.
He's toxic right now.
Yeah, with everything going on and.
Most players seem to agree with Richie Incognito. I mean, they look at him like he's doing stuff that a lot of guys do. I mean, some of the stuff that's said in the locker room should never leave the locker room.
Yeah. But, I mean, from what I've heard, I haven't seen or heard anything to that extent. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
So when you have guys, dropping the N-word and different things like that, you know when it's taken out of context.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have white teammates in the locker room to say that now. I mean, that's just – it's a word that's sometimes used loosely, but then you know when it's like, whoa.
Yeah. When it's like, that's true.
Yeah, so I think that's a messy situation down there that we'll see what happens. I think they're talking about that he's supposed to, have a media briefing where he'll come out and explain what's going on.
Yeah.
But I just saw the email where he sent the guy the other day saying that, it's not anybody's fault there. It's not your fault or anybody else's fault. So messy.
Yeah,
you just want to play football.
Exactly.
All right, look, folks, we'll take a break. When we come back, more here live, Rockville, Hooters. One more segment with myself and our featured guest tonight, Rob Jackson for the Washington Redskins. Can they get that big win this weekend against Philadelphia Eagles? We'll be right back.
Dear Bowflex, I dropped 8 dress sizes, 36 pounds, and all I had to do was walk.
This is the Bowflex Tread Climber Machine, the easiest way to walk and burn up to twice the calories in less time. By combining the motion of a treadmill, a stepper, and an elliptical, you get the calorie-burning benefits of all 3 workouts at once.
I lost 30 pounds in 4 months. If I can do it, anyone can do it.
Call now for your free DVD and information kit. You'll see how the Tread Climber burns up to twice the calories of a treadmill. Plus, you'll learn how you can own a Tread Climber machine today with special financing for 18 months.
Within the first couple of weeks, I started to lose inches. I lost 50 pounds in 3 months using the Tread Climber.
Call or go online to buytc.com for your free info kit. We'll also send you the Bowflex Insider's Guide with a personal fitness assessment to help you jumpstart your Bowflex body today. Absolutely free.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bowflex.
Sincerely, J.D. Weber.
This is Victor Cruz, wide receiver of the New York Giants, and I just came off the show at Sports Journey, had a great time with Blake, and I definitely want to come back and do it again. Maybe I'll bring some friends next time, and I had a blast.
Out here at Sports Journey, having a great time, been on the show several times, giving me a chance to vent, tell people, and really connect with the fans how I feel about different situations going on throughout the year, especially with the NFL, and I love it. I haven't met a lot of people out here, and this is going to continue to come back and continue to grow this relationship with me at Sports Journey and my boy Lake Lewis.
With Lake Lewis on Sports Journey, had a good time tonight. Felt comfortable, just being myself. It was a great interview, a great time, and I'd love to do it again.
What's up, this is Alex Joseph from the San Francisco 49ers, number 58. What y'all doing? It's Vladimir Lucas, offensive line for the New York Jets, number 62. So I'll let you know we had a great time tonight with Sports Journey, hanging out with Chris and Lake. Good time. Be back here next time. See y'all some other day. Can't wait.
Want clear skin all over? Well, get set because Proactive's Deep Cleansing Body Wash is back. And so is free shipping. 2 hot summer deals. Now Proactive clears acne on your face and body, so you feel confident all over. And the body wash is yours free when you order Proactive today.
The Deep Cleansing Wash, it really exfoliates the skin. I use that on my arms, my legs, my chest.
My skin was smoother. It got rid of the small little bumps on my shoulders and back.
Proactive has a $40 value, but with today's special offer, pay just $19.95 and your shipping is free. Plus, get the Deep Cleansing Wash free to polish your skin to perfection.
I went out and bought a little spaghetti strap dress, and it was a really amazing feeling.
Act fast, and we'll add a free travel-size green tea moisturizer. Don't wait. Order Proactive today and get free shipping, but only for a limited time.
All right, folks, final segment here in Hooters in Rockville, and I have one of the managers on with us right now. Came on with us last time.
What's up, babe? What's going on?
Alex McCrimmon. What's going on, my dude?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right.
Corporate liked it last time when you came on.
Sweet.
They were like, he came on, talked about some specials and things like that. I still have one of these, so if you want to plug that for your location. Somebody else can win the 50 free wings.
Well, yeah, this is our 50 free wing. I don't know if you can see it on our camera.
Nah, that's probably a little bright there, but
right. But yeah, 50 free wings. We're just trying to do something to reach out to the community, try to build a rapport, also kind of stimulate the radio show, and so Hooters can get a little bit more foot traffic, and we get our name out there a little bit. So
we asked a trivia question earlier to the gentleman right here, and it was where did Rob go to college, and I gave him a 3-minute turnover time because he was struggling just a little bit. But they won, though, so they got the wings.
Congratulations. Yeah, good job, man. Good job.
So we have one more left before we wrap up tonight's program. And as always, folks, you can go to sportsjourney.com, and or you can hear me locally on 106.7 The Fan, and we'll talk about some things that we have coming up, next show, all that good stuff. So, listen. We talked about the Redskins earlier. I told them we were done with that, so we don't want to break them down too much. It's over and done with. They got the Eagles coming up. But I'll ask you as a fan, what do you see that's the difference between this year's Redskins team and the team that won 7 in a row and ended up winning the division last year?
Wow, as a fan, I'm looking at it. I love my Skins. So I'm a diehard Redskins fan my whole entire life. My fondest memory of this world was John Riggins scoring a touchdown when they won the Super Bowl. It was really huge, and that really cemented me as a Skins fan. So I want to prelude by saying that. Mm-hmm. Our team, it seems like...
Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
The Washington Redskins. Let me correct myself. The Washington Redskins seem like they're just a little bit lacking in the secondary. In all honesty, last year it seemed like we could lock down a little bit better, and I think we're having a really hard time, stopping them defensively. No offense, I'm not trying to but I think the biggest difference is RG3. Wasn't healthy when he first came into the season, a little bit inconsistent. So I think we can. I think in the next 7 games, I think the boys are going to fight like dogs in a junkyard.
You feel confident that they can do what they did last year?
No. But okay. I'd love to see it.
Well, I'm so glad you're just being honest with yourself, and I'm not saying that they can't, but I said before that this is a team that the teams that they're going to play. We were just talking about this. You have Kansas City, you have San Francisco, you have all your divisional teams again.
Right.
You have the Giants twice.
Yeah.
It's going to be really tough. And I've said this.
Road.
Can they win those games? Sure, they can win if they play their type of football. Problem I've always had is, and I've said this, I think Kyle Shanahan can draw plays up with the best of them, but I don't think he can manage those plays. And that's just coming from me, where you can't tell me that the best thing you can come up with is a fade pattern to your smallest receiver
right
in the end zone. Those are little things that I think that can be corrected. The play was a good play, but maybe you didn't have the right guy to call that, fade pattern or a lob pattern too.
Right.
You're throwing bubble patterns to Jordan Reed.
Right.
You have Roy Halou, I think is a great pass catching running back out the backfield. You have Aldrick Robinson, who most people around DC don't even know. And I'll ask this man, if you had to put money on Aldrick Robinson to win the NFL's fastest man competition, would you be comfortable putting money on him?
Yeah, he's up there. I would. Okay. But you got, Tavon Austin over there in St. Louis.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
It's like,
and he got loose yesterday.
Chris Johnson's a fast dude.
Chris Johnson's fast, but I'm telling you, Aldrick Robinson.
Aldrick is fast. He's fast.
Oh, yeah, he's fast. But he's got to catch. It's not going to help you. It doesn't matter how fast you are if you don't catch the ball.
You're right. Exactly.
I still think that catch against, now I'm going brain dead. I'm right there at the game.
When he slid?
No, it was Detroit.
Yeah,
I still think that was like the Calvin Johnson rule right there.
Yeah.
I think his hand was under the ball, but they didn't give it to him.
Because it moved. The ball moved.
Listen,
so
man, sometimes the ball is going to hit the ground with your hand under the ball. That's just the nature of it. I mean, guys are making incredible catches now. I just think that sometimes some of these rules need to be looked at a little bit. Let me ask you this, Rob, real quick. There's a rule that right now you can't hit defenseless guys and you can't use your helmet anymore. But I see a lot of running backs lowering their helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that kind of like a two-way street there?
This year was supposed to be a new rule saying that
running back, they not calling that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I said supposedly it's supposed
exactly.
to be. You know,
I haven't seen it called one time all year.
I mean, me either. Me either.
So, I mean, if you have that rule, I mean, weren't you taught to tackle with your helmet?
Face mask.
Face mask.
Or with your face mask?
Yeah, face mask. I mean, they're just trying. Guys are getting a lot bigger, a lot stronger. You know, they're trying to make a contact sport safe. And I don't feel like
it's impossible.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like there's any way you can do, no matter how much money you take away from the guys. Injuries are still going to happen. You know, that's just the nature of the game. You know, you got to play the game angry.
You could be causing more injuries now because you heard what Brandon said, and knowing Brandon, he had a point. He had a valid point. Yeah. This is the way he said it. But his point was, okay, I have to start targeting guys in their knees.
Yeah.
But he did it the next game.
He did.
He came in there and he perfect form tackle, everything, no problem.
But think about it. People were upset earlier in the year when young tight end for the Dolphins, had his knee taken out.
Yeah.
That was all about, I mean, that's positioning. Like, you know, most of the hits, like if a guy's catching the ball with his foot planted in the ground and you take his legs out,
there's nothing you can do about that, man. That's part of the game.
That's, you know, you're guaranteed to be hurt. You're not getting back up from that.
But I mean, like yesterday, Peyton Manning, he wasn't happy in the San Diego game when he got tackled. I mean, guys are going low now. And as defenders, if you can't hit a guy up top, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? You can't let him run free.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
you can't horse collar him. You can't do anything.
The offensive guys that play the game now, you know, they're fast, strong, elusive. Being a defensive player, you're trying to get them down any way possible. You know, so when you're in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking, oh, is my head low enough? Oh, am I going to grab the horse collar? Or, oh, am I high? You know, you're just trying to get the guy down. That's your job.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Does Hazlitt have to change his defensive scheme because of the new rules? Like, has the scheme changed? It seems like the scheme's a little different. You know, it seemed like you're – sometimes I see, you know, linebackers matched up with wide receivers. I see different personnel. And is that reason because you can't tackle a certain way or you're having issues? What are some of those issues?
I mean, that's not for, you know, the rules. I mean, I guess he switched it up based on the offense. You know, he put in different packages, what he might think is beneficial for the defense. But, I mean, it has nothing to do with the rules and the tackling rules, things like that.
Okay.
See, that's just I said this for years now. The league is sissifying this thing. And most fans want to see physical football. I think the league is enamored with this offensive football. I really do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when that Super Bowl comes around this year in New York and it's a blizzard outside, which it could be, the way things look right now, it could be.
Yeah.
You're going to have to play some defense to win it. And the last time I looked, every Super Bowl over the past few years, what did you get?
Defense.
You got defense. It's still
Ravens last year.
The game does not change.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept of football is you line up in front of the guy in front of you and you drive them into the ground and you dominate them. And if Rob's doing his job, if he has an offensive lineman in front of him or a tight end in front of him and he's just knocking the guy 10 yards back off the ball, he's thinking to myself, man, I own this guy right now and I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's almost like the league doesn't want defenses. They don't want defensive games anymore.
I mean, I think honestly it might be right because the way as a fan I look at it, you know, you put up a lot of points, people are coming and filling the seats, so they want to see
touchdowns.
Want to see those touchdowns.
But football is always sold out.
That's understandable.
When you had the Bears playing,
talk to Jacksonville.
Wow. Hey, listen, I got perfect advice for Jacksonville. It's called move to LA. but I mean, if you look at the Ravens defense in 2000, their offense, they went 5 games without scoring an offensive touchdown. And they won.
That's
so
true.
To me, you know, that stadium was still filled up. Fans love football. They don't love, you know, different concepts of football. They love football. And if your team is winning and you're winning ugly, I mean, you can ask this man. I'm sure if I told him that his team right now would be, you know, 7-1, and their offense is dead last in the league in scoring, he's taking that.
Kansas City. Can you say Kansas City?
Hey, man.
Their offense is not very good.
That's a dangerous football team right there.
But are they going to beat
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I don't know about
yes.
that. I don't know about
Because
that.
again, here I am. I'm an old school traditionalist. If you punch Denver in the mouth, we saw it for a half. These guys got in there, punched them in the mouth, and I saw guys on their sideline talking to each other. Like, what are we doing? Like, what's going on?
Right.
But, you know, it's a whole nother story. You take your foot off the gas, things happen, you know. You still got to drive the car, you know. So, so look, what do you guys have going on here, you know, besides the great shows that we bring out here? What else you guys have going on?
Well, today we got the Veterans Day special. That's why we're pretty busy today.
That's
all
right.
all you can eat wings today as well. So
appreciate all the vets in here.
Yep, a lot of vets. We really appreciate their time and their commitment to our country, and we try to give back so that, you know, with every purchase of a soda, we give them a free entree for $10.99 or below.
Wow, that's all right.
Yeah, we've been busy all day. That's why I was cooking back there all night.
I thought it was me when I walked in here today. I was like, they came to see me. Oh, my fault.
But you add to it, though, sir. You add to it.
All right.
And then coming up, we have a couple big fights coming up with Pacquiao Rios fight. That should be a pretty good fight for us. A couple UFC events coming up. So, you know, we have some good things on tap coming in and to entertain our sports fans.
UFC's taking off in these places. I see that.
Huge.
I'm not a fan, man.
Why? What's the matter with UFC?
I'm a big boxing fan.
Me too, but there's only 2 fighters out there.
Who's the second one?
Floyd and maybe whoever else he's fighting.
I like how you put that out there. Would you give Danny Garcia a shot?
Not at all.
Thank you.
There's no one that can beat Floyd.
Adrian Broner a shot?
No.
Thank you. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
They're Floyd Mayweather, and
they get paychecks. They get beat up. That's basically what it is.
I think the only person that could possibly beat Floyd Mayweather would maybe be like a Sugar Ray Leonard or, you know, a Duran or somebody like that. One of the
he's a throwback fighter.
Yeah,
but I don't even know if I agree with Rob. I don't even know if they could beat him.
Because it's not. He's too.
You know what?
He's not just going out there fighting. He's
Sugar Ray, great offensive fighter, one of the best of all time, great skill sets. But Floyd is, I think he may be a better defensive fighter than he is offensive fighter.
Yeah. Do y'all remember Sugar Ray Leonard Hagler?
Of course.
Do you remember
who won the fight?
Hold on. Do you remember Sugar Ray Leonard Duran? I mean, that guy would thump with the best of them. I don't think Floyd could stand up to his power. Sugar Ray was vicious.
But you're not gonna see the power against Floyd.
Floyd was quick. I mean, but Ray's quick too. Remember that?
Listen, I mean
he's my favorite fighter. Sugar Ray is my favorite.
See, this is the problem. I think Alex, he's probably not as young as I'm thinking, but the problem that I have with sometimes when people talk about generations, when they talk about young guys, like I asked him earlier, LeBron Jordan, and he said LeBron.
Oh, come on,
of course, it's lunacy.
On,
but when he said that, you think of the young folks, they always go with what they know in their mind.
Right.
So he's saying Floyd.
Right.
I just think that most people think because athletes are bigger, faster, stronger now, that they would go back in time and just tear everything up. But I'm trying to tell guys that team play, in my opinion, was so much better back then.
Right.
And the
needed to.
In the
NBA, definitely. In the NBA.
You grew up, I mean, like in the Knicks.
Yep.
Do you think LeBron would get easy buckets against the Knicks?
No.
No.
The Pistons?
You're an old Knicks fan.
To Pistons? And remember also, the rules have changed now. From Jordan rule, when Jordan was playing, Kobe, LeBron, now they got more free reign to get a little bit. So you can't.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't
the game changed. You know, they used to actually. You said they played team ball, run plays, all that,
and
get everybody involved. Yeah. They played defense.
The reason why Jordan was so vicious is because he had to attack the rim. Because if he didn't, he was going to be in the third row somewhere. So he had to dunk on everybody. But
Listen,
you know, that's just my humble opinion.
I said this for the young folks. Maybe LeBron, if he can reel off a couple more, he's really going to put pressure on that title.
If he wins 4 in a row, I'd have to put him in that.
I don't see Miami winning 4 in a row.
There's going to be tough. I mean, Brooklyn's out there now. They got Clippers are looking good. They got, who else is the big team? OKC will be fine when they get around to it.
Wizards almost had them last night.
Yeah, I'm so happy with the Wizards.
Took them over. They shouldn't have lost, but they ended up going to overtime. And of course, Kevin Durant does what he does. Where would you put Durant as far as NBA? Second best player?
Second best. Yes.
You take him over D Rose?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
We asked the question, D Rose or what Russell Westbrook? Everybody does the same face and everything.
I'd have to say, I'm going to be honest. I mean, I really don't like Russell Westbrook, but I respect him as a hellified player. But Derrick Rose, man, he's tough, man.
It's three-peat right here.
He's tough.
We all feel that way. I'm going to wrap this up on a hard question. And people keep telling me, you shouldn't do it, you shouldn't do it. First of all, let me say this on a serious note. I'm cool with Pedro Taylor, Sean Taylor's father. I mean, he's come on, done stuff with me. He's a friend. And when I ask this question, it's just based on, as a football player, and on the potential that you knew would have been there.
Yeah.
If you could pick one, RG3 or Sean Taylor, where would you go? Every time I ask that when the guys are here, they don't even want to be part of that question. They just start looking elsewhere.
Wow.
That's tough, right?
Wow.
I'm talking about on dominant potential as the face of the franchise long term.
Quarterback is more important than a free safety or strong safety. However,
that guy changed games, man.
I mean, he did, but I mean, this is we had Gus Frerotte and all those guys. Like, when you have an RG3, you got to go with a guy that's dynamic. I mean,
I've said this.
I love Sean Taylor, though, so I mean,
I said this.
I feel like there's no wrong answer.
Right.
There is no wrong answer. I said this, though. The Redskins, in my opinion, have never had a franchise player until RG3. But I do think Sean Taylor could have been one of the first defensive. Sean Taylor was on pace to be, in my opinion, a Ray Lewis-type franchise face.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
So I've only heard a couple players, like last year, Justin Tuck and a couple of the Giants. And, yeah, they said it. You can look it up. I'm not making this up. They said they do not look forward to playing this guy 2 times a year. It's difficult. They said it.
Yeah.
But with Sean Taylor, there were receivers that were like literally telling coordinators, I'm not running that pattern.
But that was back when before the rules. Now you can't hit. Like, would he still be as intimidating knowing that he can't hit as hard?
Yes. You know why? Because his hits were textbook.
Could Sean Taylor exist in this environment like a Ronnie Lott or or
totally
Lee Atwater? I don't know,
totally different games. And he's saying it as a frustrated defender.
I don't know, man.
You can't hit anybody. You can't even sneeze on guys.
Right.
It's just, did the league give you guys like a rule book? Like, I mean, do you have a defensive player rule book of things you cannot do?
It's not a rule book. They come in during camp and just tell us the new rules that change every year.
But okay. So if they come in and tell you, where do they tell you the strike zone is?
Right here, your helmet up. I mean, the defensive player's shoulder pad, never really supposed to use the crown of your helmet. I mean, I don't even really know all of them.
So if a receiver does what? When they see Rob Jackson coming, don't they coil up?
So they say the receiver has to make a football-related move. I mean, whatever that means. So
what does that mean?
You got to let them catch it, make eye contact with you, get an opportunity to shake you, and then you could. You know what I'm saying?
That's ridiculous.
We're not talking, 2 minutes in the making. We're talking 2 milliseconds to make a
full
decision.
Speed.
Yeah, exactly.
Going full speed, running 4.5, 4.6, 40.
That's what defenses. That's what defenses.
If I was a fly, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall for that. When they showed the defensive players, what we are doing in there? Oh, man.
That's what they call a defensive player. Like, if he doesn't have the ball, he don't got an opportunity to protect himself, which means lower his shoulder or make a move on you. You can't hit him. That's a receiver.
What was the game where I think it was yesterday, and I can't remember the game. I'm drawing a blank. The quarterback got hit in the sternum, like right in the middle after he threw the ball, and they called personal foul, roughing the passer. And I mean, he just let go of the ball, and he hit him right in the middle. I can't remember what game that was.
Quarterbacks, you can't hit quarterbacks ever, really.
Depends on who it is. Yeah. You can hit Michael Vick.
Yeah, true.
That is true.
No, I'm serious. I'm not trying to stir the pot, but you look at the ingredients in the pot, and you understand what I'm saying. There's certain quarterbacks you're not sniffing, and they want that because
I agree.
Those guys bring in a little bit of change.
I agree.
RG3 last year, top selling jersey. You can tear him up now. I mean, something wrong with that picture. All right, so hypotheticals again here. We like to do this. It's a little fun. Russell Wilson or Colin Kaepernick?
Russell Wilson.
Man, you said that like super quick.
I'm not sold on Colin Kaepernick at all. I don't like his throwing motion. I mean, he's decent, but I don't think he's going to be great. I just don't. I don't see it in him. I think he's a little soft, actually.
He played in the Super Bowl already.
Okay. Rex Grossman had it played in the Super Bowl. What does that mean? I mean, I'm being for real. We're talking real talk. He played in the Super Bowl. What did he do for us?
Don't say us.
What did he do for the Redskins? I'm sorry. What did he do for the Redskins?
Trent
Dilfer won a Super Bowl. I'm not sold on that. I'm not sold on that guy.
Hey, man, that ring blinging. You would do that. you would take that ring, wouldn't you?
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't do much, but bam. I'm sure people would do that. Folks, we're here live here at the Hooters Rockville. We come up here. We've been out here once a month. It's our third show out here. We had Niles Paul came out here last time. Chris Thompson was out here. I'm not going to say who's coming next, but it's I'm excited. You definitely want to be here for that.
I'm excited.
And of course, we have Rob Jackson. Appreciate him coming on out here, especially when
my skins.
I know it's tough for guys to come out, after tough losses, and fans are asking the same questions all the time. You got guys like us in the media asking the same questions. So I always tip my hat to guys for coming out and just answering the questions. I mean, it's tough. No one wants to hear why'd you lose, but it comes with the territory. So, we've had a great time out here. I definitely want to thank your staff. Every time we've come out here, they've been great.
Good.
And we really enjoy coming up here. My old stomping grounds, not too far from here. So it feels good to be back out here. And you can go to sportsjourney.com, check it out again. You can hear me also locally on 106.7 The Fan. And a lot more stuff coming up here on Sports Journey. So appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Mr. Jackson.
Thanks
I gotta come up with
a
a nickname for him. He's a magnet man.
The beast.
The magnet man. Because the ball always comes around, and we gotta get a pick or a sack this weekend, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I want more than that. I want 8 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pick. That's what I need out.
And then he got to do a Hooters song or something.
Yes. And I want you to give me a nice dance too. You know what I'm
saying? I'll take less than that for a W.
Actually, he can't do a Hooters song because the league might fine him for some gang songs. Right. They don't know what that is. So anyway, folks, we got to wrap it up. Have a great night, everyone.
Medical emergencies.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
I'm calling for help right now. Sharon, we received a smoke signal coming from your kitchen. Get out now. We're calling the fire department.
Home invasion. Emergencies away from home.
I'm trying to get to my car, but it's still a ways away.
I'm right here and we'll stay on the line with you and we can contact the police if necessary.
And you can have this protection away from home for just $19.95 per month.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 11 minutes. For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-830-1951. That's 1-800-830-1951.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Are you worried about home foreclosure? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home and there is nowhere to turn? Then the Homeowners Relief Line could be your answer. Homeowners Relief Line can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowners Relief Line now. Homeowners Relief Line has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you right away. Remember, if you are behind on your mortgage payments, Homeowners Relief Line can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it is too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowners Relief Line now.
Call 800-749-8070. That's 800-749-8070.
Hi, I'm Shannon Doherty. I've produced, I've directed, but now I'm doing something I've always wanted to do. I'm going to get my college degree. I logged on to Education Connection, the free service that showed me hundreds of schools and degrees. Now I'm getting my degree in liberal arts. But you could get yours in business, in nursing, even a degree in technology. Let Education Connection help you find the right program for free.
Log on now to 41educationmatching.com. That's 41educationmatching.com.
Let me tell you some of the reasons people get into trouble with credit cards. A job loss or salary cut, an unexpected expense, a divorce, a business loss, or even helping a family member or friend in need. As founder of Consolidated Credit, I understand that credit card problems are not about overspending. It's about emergencies and unexpected situations. For nearly 2 decades, Consolidated Credit has helped over 5 million people just like you. The options for getting out of debt have never been better. We can reduce your interest rates and cut your payments up to 50%. The time to call Consolidated Credit is now. There's a lot of ways to get into trouble with debt. There's only one trusted way to get out. Consolidated Credit. When credit card debt is the problem, we're the solution.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Call 1-800-445-1912. That's 1-800-445-1912.
Welcome to Hooters. Right this way. Wednesday is Wings Day at Hooters. Get 10 boneless wings and fries for just $6.99.